Hi, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. I hope you can join me today as I make some space and plan for the 100-day project. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So the 100-day project is something that I've been thinking about for the last couple weeks. I don't know about you. Are you familiar with it? Is it something that you've done before? I would love to know in the comments. I did it last year. And the 100-day project, if you're not familiar with it, is 100 days of anything. You can use that hashtag. Then you can also use the hashtag the 100-day project, and you'll see a whole lot of different art and inspiration in anything really. It doesn't have to be art. So for me, last year, I enjoyed the hashtag 100 days of using scraps. And after thinking about it for the last couple weeks, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it again, but I'm going to do it in a new way in 2024. So I'm going to think about if I'm going to add the 2024 to my hashtag or not. I'm going to figure that part out. But the first thing I thought about was these glue books that I've been working in recently. They're the perfect place to add scraps. And so this cute little grid journal I got on Amazon from Marguerite Miller. And I thought, let's just give it a try. Let's plan and see if I even want to do this as part of the 100-day project. So I did this very neutral spread, music paper, book page. Look at that sweet corrugated cardboard with the ripples. I love that paper. It's kind of sticky though, so I had to rub a wax candle on it. And I started to do these grid collages. If I keep going with this, friends, I'll add up to 100 very quickly. So no worries there. Because last year I did have a little, after I got to 50, I had some starts and stops. It was, it was one of those that I had a good flow going, and then I had to kind of reboot myself a few times. But that's okay. It's for you. It's for your own growth. It's for your own fun. So that's one way I think I'm going to tackle the 100-day project with the scraps. It's a natural place to put them in glue books. And by the way, my last video was all about those glue books. If you're interested how I made them, if you care to see more about that. And then this one, I think, is a new take on the 100 days of using scraps for me. I've been looking at so many mixed media journals. There's so much inspiration out there, and I'm really feeling like I want to do the minis. I've cleared that shelf space, showed you in the beginning. I think I'm going to get, some cute little container or basket and do very simple. I think they're going to start out as no-sew mini journals. So this one I took a page from that comp notebook. I don't know really exactly what I call it. It's a glue book. It's a spillover book of scraps anyway. I love the maps in there. And I have a bit of canvas. I put a bead of glue around the edges of the canvas there to stop the fraying, and I just popped 2 hair bands to keep those little pages in. So that's the start and prep of one of the mini journals. And then the second one, look at this eyelash trim. I love that ribbon. This one I'm feeling more is going to be my creative monthly journal. So if you've been around the channel for a little while, on the far right corner I have my January, February Traveler's Notebook. I think I'm going to jump into this one for March. This one has the washi tape as the cover, and then a little bit of tissue paper over the top. I recently saw Marguerite Miller do a tissue paper seal over some collage, and you can add a whole bunch of different things. You can actually add inks to it, or when it's dry you can go over, brush over ink. So I love that. This one was a bigger journal cover I made a while ago, and I just chopped it down, putting in scrapbook paper, more of that canvas, book pages. Yeah, so I think that, and I love, look at that little bit of a book image. I'm feeling spring there. So mini journals are another way I think I'm going to dig into the 100-day project this year. And then something I've been feeling a bit for a while is doing more creative lettering. I've been wanting to get the pens out, doing more art doodles. So I thought what could kind of inspire me and actually make it easy for me is to take that little bowl of Bristol paper and watercolor scraps and have that on my art desk, so that would be a simple thing to do. So that's the plan, friends. I would love to know if you're doing the 100-day project, what ideas you have. And then I thought for the last part of the video, I would jump in and do a little candy box journal. Already have the pile of scraps. And that way, when the 100-day project, I know this is going to post on the weekend of the 100-day project. I'm thinking probably on Saturday. So then the 100-day project in 2024 starts on February 18th. So that would be Sunday, if I have my dates right, which I think I do. Yeah, so I thought this one would be nice. Oh, look at that fish. To make a very small candy box journal. I made some few months back out of Swedish fish boxes, and I think another, what was it? Like a gummy candy. This will be another no-sew journal. And for this one, I'm going to use a bit of string, or let's see what I have about. I think I have some actually crochet thread. Yes, this is crochet thread. And I thought I'll just tack on most times I just do a measure of 3 times, kind of the standard measure of 3 times the length of the spine. I'll get the washi tape out again. I do have some medical tape. That's another good thing to have on hand to secure your journal pages. And let's wing it. Let's make a mini journal. The lighting has changed a little bit. I'm out on one of my favorite places, my sun porch. There's a little less sun, but if you hang around to the end of the video, I have a little bit of the outdoors to share with you. And you'll see why it's not as sunny, because the weather has changed yet again. In New England, I live in the small state of Connecticut. And yes, the white stuff is here again. Isn't this a sweet bit of book page? Now, one of the things I think I'm feeling is this weekend is President's Day weekend, and I'm going to take a little family trip up to the New England Aquarium in Boston. And one of the things I like to do in all of my creative journals is do a little bit of documenting. So I think maybe this would be a sweet one to document the aquarium. Okay, I did say sweet, and it is a candy box journal. You know what I mean. All right, do not forget the glue. Washi tape, as you probably might know, is a very low tack tape, so getting down a good thick coat of glue stick first. Yeah, so how are you doing? What is happening in your creative life? Is the 100-day project an idea that's appealing to you? One of the things I saw recently is Gina, whose channel used to be The Rebookery, and now she's Stellar J Studios. She's doing a lot of creative things that I've always enjoyed her channel. She's working a little bit on Canvas, and she also has art journals. And one of the things she's doing is she's been working for a long time as a science teacher. And I know she is thinking about the next phase of her life, retirement. And so she is doing her 100-day project. I just saw on Instagram, they look adorable. 100 days of science journals, and they're all mini journals. So I would definitely check her out. Hers, I believe, are all sewn. So there's lots of options if you want to do a sewn journal, a no-sew journal. And I love the way she layers, does a bit of storytelling. And I really feel when we do projects like this, those little stories or notes and ways that we jot things down, sometimes when we come back to them, we don't even see the story at first. I mean, obviously, if I'm putting things from the New England Aquarium in this one, oh, by the way, I'm thinking about doing that crunching up tissue paper technique and Mod Podging or mat meeting it down over the washi tape, but I decide against it at the moment. I can always go back because this is a no-sew journal and pull out the string and do it again. It's a fun technique, and it does make a nice layer that you can ink over. But for now, we're gonna live with the washi tape. I like that. I like how it plays off the colors on the cover. Definitely like a bright pop of color. And that washi tape was right from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, so anyways, the idea of stories in our journals, sometimes I think you see them, and sometimes I think they pop up when you go back and open your journal and you don't even expect them. And I love that. I love that surprise about how we process our own lives through our art. And I think Gina at Stellar J Studios does that all the time in her work. That's something I really appreciate about her. And it's definitely a vibe that I try to go for in my work when I'm doing it like consciously, mindfully. And it's something that I tend to notice. And it's a nice surprise when you go back and you look at something. Like the other day, I was putting in a lot of Groundhog Day things, and my dad is no longer with us, but he was a Groundhog Day baby. And I think later I definitely was feeling him as I was journaling those pages. What I'm doing now is putting a little bit, with a bit of struggle, a little bit of clear tape on the crochet thread to feed it through the hole. And that's the tinier hole punch. It's the very small one. So there's a little bit of pulling it through there, but there's enough space. You just got to fiddle with it. And I think I'm just going to go for this as a simple loop, top and bottom. It's such a small journal that I don't think I need to bother with eyelets. The cardboard is actually double thickness on the box where the two ends met. So I think we're good. A little more glue. So please let me know in the comments what you're thinking about, what creative projects you're doing lately, how your journaling's going, if you're feeling the 100-day project. One thing I'm trying to figure out is if I'm going to just do it randomly whatever I feel like each day, or if I'm going to do things in sets to be more organized. Like, am I going to glue book for a little bit and then mini journal for a little bit? I don't know. Now the next part of this is making sure, I love to tear paper, it feels so good, is making sure that your pages fold and fit in. It's going to be a little smaller than the size of the cover based on where you put your holes. I think that will work. And on these white sides, since I printed this old map single-sided, I'm going to take a little bit of a stencil. It's a quick, easy way to get something on your plain side. I love these stencils, by the way. I just recently bought a new set of these geometrics. Get a little bit of the torn edge there. Yeah, I'm excited. Look, the fish, the anemone. Oh, the kid in me, right? I'm very excited to go to this aquarium. So we'll put this aquarium style page in. That'll fit. Maybe a couple more. You don't need a lot. The nice thing is, ooh, a library card. I love a good library card. The nice thing is that you can, in these no-sew journals, you're not really committed to the number of pages yet. I can definitely add more. I'm also doing very simple folded pages, but you could accordion them out like I did with the little paper bag one earlier. So there's a lot of flexibility. Look at these colors. Aren't those cute? I love the eclectic junk journal-y style of making mini books. I think that'll do. Squish that in there. Pull it through. Give it a little extra crease with the scissors. I think it's cute. So it's my hope that I have a fun play, and I'd love to share with you the process, and I'd love to know what you're doing. I think part of my sharing, like I said, I'm trying to wrap my brain around, do I want to make sets of 10 just to keep track of my 100 days? Last year I did a list and I mixed things up, just kept like doing whichever project I did at the time, making ephemera. I'm not sure yet as I plan. And I may just simply play. Have a good time with it. All right, friends, it is, I think, a good start to the 100-day project. I hope you found some ideas here. And here's a little bit of Connecticut today. Thanks for stopping by the channel, and happy creating to you.